Hi guys, welcome back to the Drive Life channel. In today's video we're doing a quick job on the S80. We need to change a wheel speed sensor. Hopefully this will fix our DSTC service required message that we've been getting. So big fingers crossed on that one, because I'm going to drive to Cardiff tomorrow to go watch the rugby. So we're going to whip the wheel off, take the sensor out. I've got a new sensor here. Just went for a Padgett from Euro Car Parts. It wasn't that cheap, but I needed it today. So yeah, it should be a fairly easy job, touch wood. So yeah, we'll get the car jacked up and get the wheel off and see how to access this sensor. Before you jack the car up, just make sure you break off your wheel bolts with the car on the ground. Stops the wheel spinning when you're trying to break them loose. But make sure you don't loosen them too much. Line the jack up with the jacking point, which can be found just in line with the mirror. It's a exposed piece of pinch weld that you'll be able to see when you look underneath the car. Lift it just enough so you can turn the wheel with your hand so you know it's off the ground, and then remove the rest of the wheel bolts. And then of course remove the wheel. With the wheel off, it's a great time to inspect your tyre for any damage. Check the inner sidewall and the tyre treads to make sure you're all legal. Okay, so now we've got the wheel off, I'm going to locate the T25 and the ABS sensor here. So we've got the harness coming down into the sensor, which starts here. We've got a T25 screw there that we need to access. Now mine's rusted anyway, but it doesn't help in how easy it is to get to this T25, so we're going to have to try and see if we can bodge something. But yeah, let's get in there and see if we can get it out. Okay, so we've managed to get the screwdriver down in. The problem is it's stuck, obviously. You look at the state of the inside of this hub and everything like that, it's all pretty corroded. So yeah, we're gonna have to get our hands dirty on this one, I think. Let's see what we can do to get this T25 out. With trying to use hand tools not working, I'd resorted to some power tools, using an impact driver here with the T25 bit, just to really break that bolt loose, break 120,000 miles of corrosion, and just like that the bolt came out. Now remember to keep hold of this, because you don't normally get one with a new sensor, so if you lose it you're pretty stuffed. So here's the little screw in question, little T25. As you can see, it's tiny actually, really doesn't need much torque to hold it in, just enough to hold the sensor in place. Now we've got the wiring off, we're just going to inspect that quickly, but to be honest I think it all looks pretty good. I can't see any real issues here. It's a bit wet and mucky. I might get a cloth and just tidy it up, but the connections all in here look good. We do have a plus and minus connection as well. I don't think it matters which way on it goes, but yeah, it's a bit difficult to get off. This whole thing comes off. It looks like it shouldn't, but the whole thing comes off rather than just this bit that I was trying to pull off, separate there. Now this is where the fun stopped, because try as we might, we just could not get the sensor to separate from the hub. In the end we pulled it so hard that this happened. So we've got a bit of a disaster. The sensor has snapped off in the hub. So now we're just trying anything, aren't we? It's just, yeah, a desperate attempt to fix, at least get the new sensor in there and hope for the best. So I'll try and drill it out and pull it out, and fingers crossed it will try. Well, it will work, but I'm not overly hopeful. But the good thing is I have managed to line up a car to take down to Cardiff tomorrow to watch the rugby if need be, so we're not too stuffed. It's just obviously we want to get the Volvo back on the road, yeah, so I'll join you guys in a bit, hopefully with good news. Okay, so here's the new sensor here, and what we've had to do is drill the old one out. So we're not exactly sure how this is going to go. Hopefully it will fix it, but the difficulty is that we've had to free that hole up. Anyway, so let's, using the fantastic Olight Baton 3 there, sticking it on, and then if I get my cameraman just to come in and have a look as we slide this new sensor in. I'll try and move my head out of the way of the camera, and that's slotted in. So now all we need to do is find the screw that we've probably lost and unblock the hole. Now unfortunately ran out of time and light, but we did manage to get the sensor in. All we had to do was screw it down, plug it in, put the wheel back on, and we took the car out for a drive with bated breath. We put it for a number of tests, waited for the fault to come up, but we just couldn't get it to come up. So I think we've actually completely fixed the DSTC service required message. So that was a really good result. We had a bit of a stressful time having to drill out that wheel speed sensor, and I wouldn't recommend doing that just because it depends on what age your Volvo is. It might cause damage due to the way that the sensors are set up. Some are in a chamber and read the end of the drive shaft. My one in particular just happens to read the brake disc. So, for example, on the other cars, you wouldn't be able to do that. It wouldn't help the situation at all. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to include the Volvo part number again at the end of the video just for you guys to see. And we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.